Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the X-Lite. How can you make a video exciting about a light bulb? Well, this is not any ordinary light bulb. It's the X-Lite. It's not only the X-Lite, it's the X-Lite Plus. But that's just a name. What it really comes down to is it's $22.99. It's an LED light bulb. It is a Bluetooth enabled light bulb. It changes colors. It can do all the colors in the visible light spectrum, which I think is like, well, they say it's 16 million colors. It's 40 lumens, and that's about the equivalent to a 40-watt incandescent light bulb. So back in the old days, and back when I was born into this world, yep, that's what we had, these incandescent light bulbs. And ironically, this is a 40-watt incandescent light bulb. But what's interesting is that this light bulb is using 40 watts. This light bulb is using like 4.5 watts at its white setting. If you go into any of the color settings, it actually drops down to only 3 watts. This thing is using 40 watts. And they're putting out the same amount of light. Now, why is that? Well, this is heating up a little coil in this glass here that I guess is vacuum, and that filament, because it's using heat to produce that light, or it's using that resistance in that filament. I think that's tungsten. I don't know, but the thing is, it's losing 90% of its energy producing heat, and then 10% of that power that's going in here is light. So not very efficient, but for its day it was space age. Actually, it was pre-space age. Anyway, I digress. Then someone had the bright idea to create smart light bulbs and make them fluorescent, and then we had to make them the same shape as an incandescent, so we had to make this curly Q, and we ended up with a pretty ugly looking light bulb. This puts out the same amount as this, but this is 10 watts. But not only is it ugly, so, you know, if the light bulb has to be visible, it looks terrible. So hopefully you got something to cover it, because it looks awful. And if this breaks, this puts out all kind of toxic chemicals and gases and everything. You're supposed to call the emergency disposal team for hazardous waste if this breaks. I think it has mercury and all kinds of bad stuff. So really not great. Price, by the way, yeah, this was very cheap. This came out, was very expensive, but as time went by, it got cheap. And then these LED light bulbs, when they came out, very, very expensive, but slowly got cheaper and cheaper. And then the other thing about these LED light bulbs, for anybody who has experience with the LEDs, they last a long, long time. This one claims to have 20,000 hours of life. That's probably more life than I have left. So pretty amazing. So, did I say it's Bluetooth? You can download an app and control this light bulb with your app. And they have an app for both the Android OS as well as the iPhone. So enough talking about all these fun facts. Let's see it in action. This is the box that the bulb comes in. When you open it up, you are greeted with a smiley face. And you're also greeted with a manual that is entirely in Chinese. There is no English in here at all. So that's kind of a downside. Fortunately, it's so simple I could figure it out, so most people out there should have no problem. And of course, you get the light bulb. So all you do is screw it in your conventional light bulb socket, and look at that, it looks like a normal light bulb right there. Now, you can use it like a regular light bulb. Off, on, off, on. And you can also download the application. The application is called X-Lite, as you can see right there. Maybe you can't see, but it's called X-Lite. You just go to your store, whatever it is, whether it's iOS or whatever, and then when you open it up, you get this screen right here, just like that. And you can see you got to click here to connect. We'll go ahead and click there. You can see the one light bulb is already showing up. By the way, you don't do any pairing or anything. I mean, it'll show up, like if you open up your Bluetooth stuff, you'll see it there, but you don't want to pair. You let the app do all the work. I'm just going to hit connect all. So obviously this app can handle all the different, or a multitude of bulbs, not just one. And you can see right there it says there's one. Now this is a little like stupid bubble game where you could click the bubble and there we go, and it changes the color of the light bulb. Kind of stupid. There's a lot of unnecessary silliness in this app, but there's some practical stuff. You can see down here there's a thing called lighting. We'll go ahead and click that, and you could sort of adjust it. You can see it's sort of like a very white or bluish light. Typically your LEDs are sort of like that, but you could make this warm. You could make it sort of like a nice conventional style light bulb where it has sort of an amber color, warmer, much nicer. And you can also change how light it is or dark it is. Like I'm going to go ahead and dim this down. You saw that? Dim it down, and you could brighten it up. And there we go. Now the app is not 100% responding. I would say it's somewhere around 75%. You got to click it again, because I think it's using that low power Bluetooth setting. You can see I'm messing around here with the dim, and it's not doing anything half the time. So you know, that's part of my review here, just to tell you that hey, it's not 100% there. The app is goofy. It doesn't respond 100%, at least with the Android. I don't know how it acts with the iOS. However, for someone who just wants a light bulb and just do that occasional change color or whatever, it's fine. If you're someone who wants to play with it constantly, colors and everything, 25% of the time it's not going to respond. Alright, so what other goofy things do we have here? There was one thing called, there we go, where you could choose all these different colors. You could choose the colors in this little spectrum here. Again, 16 million colors, or you could choose some of the pre-done colors right there. You can see how it changed to yellow. Now this is red. You could probably see it off my face on the light bulb. It doesn't look as red as it actually is in real life, but it's red. Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light. Blue. See, I'm hitting it and it's not changing. So you can see sometimes it just doesn't want to respond, and then sometimes it decides to. There we go, see? Alright, so it's blue. Let me see. I'm going to try to get it to go orange. There we go. Orange. Blue. Okay, so you can see. And you could also, while you're in this mode, change the brightness. We'll go ahead and dim it, and you can see it responds just like that sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. This is an honest review. But I'll tell you, for $22.99, this is pretty cool, even with the little the shortfalls here. So you could also do this weird thing called scene, because I always wondered, why is it interacting with the camera? Well, if you put the camera on a color, it sort of tries to change to that color. Also, it has these modes where you can make it do blinking and breathing and stuff. Like I'm going to click on breathe right here, and you could choose like heartbeat, rainbow. Like let's do heartbeat. I don't know, maybe cool for Halloween or something. They got something called rainbow. Let's see what rainbow does. There we go. So it's sort of slowly cycling through colors. Right now it's yellow, starting to go green, very slowly sort of sequencing through a lot of colors. Now it's blue. What else do we have? We have alarm. There we go. Alarms sort of looks like a cop. You have flash. You know, you have a thing called breathing here. Again, it's sort of sequencing through colors. So lots of fun stuff. Here's one called sunset. There we go. Sort of looks like a sunset. Same color. Purple love. Purple rain. Purple rain. Feel green. For those, if you want a green light bulb. You could literally have a green light bulb. It's green in the sense that it's only using 3 to 4.5 watts, and it's literally green. Alarm, Will Robinson. Alright, so pretty cool. I'm having a lot of fun with this bulb. Now let's see, no heat. Look, I got my hand on top of this thing. Try to do this with a 40-watt incandescent light bulb and you would have a toasted hand. Now I want to show you what it sort of looks like if we have it under a under this here. We'll just sort of put my light back together here, because it probably looks a lot better, a lot cooler inside a light fixture. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put this back in here. And I'm going to be leaving this in here, in this one. I had the fluorescent curly Q in here. Time to upgrade to something more efficient, more cool. There we go. Alright, turn that back on. And I'm going to go ahead and just set it to what we would normally use in real life. Let's see. Now again, connection, I gotta, since I had it unplugged and then I turned the power on, let me okay, get it all connected. And then I'm going to go to, I don't know what I'm going to go to. Daylight? No. Oh, by the way, this thing also has it where you could set it to turn on and turn off by itself on a schedule. It could also, like if you have music in your phone, it could sort of change color to the music. Kind of goofy stuff. I don't feel it's entirely practical, but there we go. So it connected with no problem that time. I'm going to go to lighting, and there's practical what you would use this light bulb for. Again, 600 lumens, equivalent to a 40-watt light bulb, but only uses 3 to 4.5 watts. So we are modern again. So I love it. I love it. And you could get yours at GearBest. I went ahead and provided the description, or the link in the description below, or again you could get it for $22.99. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. And I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.